What is this type of sponge doing in your kitchen? Discard your old sponge and pick another one. Please, I beg you. You're using cracked and peeled plates. You're like, we can still manage now. We are the one that own it. After all, we have nice plates, beautiful plates in our cupboard. If you don't have it, then your visitors shouldn't. Don't do it. Go ahead into that cupboard, bring out all those plates. You are the one in charge in the kitchen. They don't know if you spit inside the food. They don't know if does this thing taste nice. You don't take bacteria into your body. Yeah. In 2-3 days, exhaust everything. What are you frying? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Alex. I always say to stay subscribed to the channel just in case you are not yet subscribed. Guys, I'm already on the uniform, and you know when I'm on this, we're about to talk about kitchen business, unacceptable kitchen habits that we are going to be letting go this year. Are you ready? Then let's go. So today, number 1 on my list is reusing old sponge. In 2026, you're still using that old sponge that you ought to have discarded. I thought we were talking about new year, new me, new year, new resolution. What is this type of sponge doing in your kitchen? What is this? This is no longer a sponge, guys. What is this? So there are different types of plate sponge. If you feel like you don't want to go with the foamy kind of sponge and you want to go with this type of sponge, texture, go ahead and get this in dozens. When you get it in dozens, it will be easier for you to change your sponge. You don't want to stay on one sponge for 2 months. What are you doing? 3 weeks to a month is okay. This sponge started from here. And if you use it for just a month, trust me, it won't graduate to this in a month. So once it is a month, discard your old sponge and pick another one, okay? You're welcome. Number 2 on my list is dropping food from the fire. What exactly is going on? I discovered that a lot of people want to practice this thing they call women's superpower. You want to feel like the boss. My hand is so thick and you can use your hand to drop food from the fire. Those people are going to eat that food, but you will carry the scar of that jollof rice. You will carry the scar of that soup on your skin for life. Scar can never rhyme with your body anymore. So if you have that scar, you'll be there to tell the story, while others will move on with their lives. They would have forgotten that you are trying to impress them with your kitchen skills. Kitchen skills has nothing to do with your ability to use your hand to carry stuff from the fire. Resist the temptation of using your hands, your bare hands, to carry stuff from the fire. Get a towel. That being said, which brings me to the third point, which is using dirty kitchen towels. Stop using kitchen towels that are dirty. Things of plantains, of rice, potato, you have all those particles already, vegetable oil, pepper, palm oil on it, and you kept on using it for days. Just because they said you should be using towel, you decided to, use your towel until the towel is tired of you. No, I have these towels in different colors, sizes, have a lot of towels around in your kitchen. Same towels that you use to, wipe your hands is the same towel you're using to wipe your plate. Are you seriously serious about kitchen hygiene? It's the same towel you're using to wipe your plate and your table. As a matter of fact, please, I beg you, don't do it. So I went to someone's house and she was cooking in the kitchen and I offered to help her do the dishes. So while I was doing the dishes, I wanted to dry the plates and, stack them properly into the plate rack. So when I was done washing the plate, I wanted to, dry up the water fast, and I picked the towel looked neat, very neat, right? It was actually a white towel, should be told. So I had to ask that, can I use this towel? Because this towel might be a towel that they use to, clean their hands, and I will go ahead to use it to wipe the plate again. So I had to ask, what do you use this towel to do? Or can I get a new towel? Or is this towel the towel you use to clean your plate? I had to ask. She told me, oh no, this towel is one we use to wipe our hands. Thank goodness I didn't go ahead to use that same towel to wipe the plate. It would have been a disaster. Make sure that the towel you're using to wipe your hands are different from towels you use to, wipe your plates and the table. Okay, so separate towels. Know the towel you're using to, to clean your table from the towel you're using to wipe your hands and everything. Distinguish everything, separate everything, so that you're not confused yourself. Because you can say, oh, as a visitor, you just ask, right? But what if you yourself, you're confused that, oh, did I use this to wipe my hands and then I use this one to wipe the plates? I forgot yesterday. What did I do? You will know that you separated everything from each other. So which brings me to the next point, which is tasting food with the same spoon over and over again. Let's take, for instance, you're making fried rice, and while the fried rice, you're trying to test the fried rice to know whether the rice is done. And while you're testing it, you used a tablespoon. After tasting the fried rice, then you dig that same spoon back. Maybe you're not sure, maybe is okay, maybe the salt is okay or is softened enough, and you dip that same spoon inside the pot of food that everybody is meant to eat. No, don't do that. The fact that you're the one cooking in the kitchen, and this goes especially to those of you that you are the one in charge in the kitchen, Those people that are not cooking, they don't know what's going on. They don't know if you spit inside the food. They don't know if you know all those. You know all those things. You know it's between you and I. Pick another spoon or go ahead and wash it before, or just take a plate, serve a little bit into it, and then you can taste from there directly. Don't say because you are the one cooking for your family, then you go ahead to give them something that like something poisonous. You don't want to do that. Which brings me to the next point, which is overusing seasoning cubes and salt. If you stay with people, the older people, you would know that they don't take too much salt, especially if you are kind of a young person and you are the type of like you take salt. For someone that has high BP, that has this, they reduce their level of salt a lot, drastically. Make sure that you measure. You don't measure with your eyes, you measure with a measurement called correct measurement to know the amount of salt and seasoning cubes you're supposed to use. Not adding seasoning cubes and feel like, oh, does this thing taste nice? Let me add more seasoning cubes. Then you pour a lot of cubes of seasoning cubes into that food. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you are organized, know the measurement. Okay, for this cup of rice, this is the amount of seasoning cubes I'm going to be using. This is the amount of salt I'm going to be using. Have a measurement and don't just measure with your eyes. That being said, the next point I have here is cooking without properly washing your hands. Why are you cooking and your hands are dirty? Why are you cooking your nails? You have dark spots on your nails. Are you cleaning your cooking? You can just go ahead to make use of a glove. If you know that you can't, take care of your nails well, just go ahead and use a glove. While you're in the kitchen and you're pressing your phone, do you know that there are a lot of dirt from your phone? Our phone accumulates a lot of dirt. So if you say you're using your phone, you're pressing your phone and you're cooking at the same time, there are dirt. You need to rinse your hands properly again before you go ahead with your cooking. Peradventure, you are pressing your phone while you're cooking. Make sure to rinse your hands properly so you don't give other people bacteria in their food. Even yourself, you don't take bacteria into your body. Yeah. That brings me to the next point, which is using cracked, peeled plates to serve yourself. You're the owner of the house. You work to earn your money. You go ahead to use cracked plates, peeled plates, expired plates to serve yourself. Meanwhile, you're saving the nice mug, the beautiful, cute mugs for your visitors. Who exactly is supposed to be using it? You or your visitors. That is one of the unacceptable kitchen habits that we're going to be stopping this year. Make sure that in as much as you're getting that nice mugs, nice dish for your visitors, get the same thing for yourself and enjoy the luxury as well. You deserve the luxury. If you don't have it, then your visitors shouldn't. Don't give a false impression to your visitors and let them feel like, oh, you're having this, they're taking this, they use this. Meanwhile, you're using cracked and peeled plates. You're like, we can still manage now. We are the one that own it. After all, we have nice plates, beautiful plates in our cupboard. Nice cup, nice mugs in our cupboard, and you go ahead to use the cracked and peeled one? Nah. Or you're using a rubber cup just because you're like, oh, I really want it to break. Well, secure it like luxury for our visitors. Don't do that. Don't do it. Go ahead into that cupboard, bring out all those plates and all those cups. Bring it out and start using it yourself. When you use luxury, you'll be able to extend the luxury to your visitors as well. That being said, which brings me to the next point, which is reheating oil again and again. For instance, you use palm oil to fry something today. The next day, you're using that same palm oil to fry another thing. The next day, you're using that same palm oil because you still have a little in your frying pan to fry another thing. You're adding new palm oil into old palm oil to fry again and again and again. And then you have a lot of food particles in that oil. We're not going to be doing that this year. That is one of the unacceptable kitchen habits we are going to be stopping this year. Make sure that when you are using your palm oil, your vegetable oil, within 2-3 days, exhaust everything. Please, in fact, twice. What are you frying? You're frying like you have particles of fried yam, particles of potato, particles of fried egg, particles of meat, turkey, particles of everything in the food, and then you're using it to fry stew for your rice again. What is that? All in the name of I'm trying to economize my money, I'm trying to economize this, that. We're not going to be doing that this year, okay? Which brings me to the last point here, which is rest. Why is it that as women, we love to prove that we have the superpower? Like I said earlier, that superpower that I can do all things, I can do this, I can multitask, all those good stuff. Yes, you can, but make sure to have good amount of rest. You don't want to collapse in the kitchen just because you're cooking for your family. You don't want to fall sick just because you are cooking for your family. Make sure to rest well. Make sure to do the necessary things you ought to do. Plan your time well. Plan yourself well. Have a food timetable that you're going to be following. We are not going to be doing lack of food timetable this year. Have a food timetable so you don't get to rack your brain on what to cook. Know how to plan yourself so that you can have full time to rest well. So that being said, which brings me to the last point, which is using cracked, peeled plates to serve yourself. You're the owner of the house. You work to earn your money. You don't want to say because you are the one cooking for your family, then you go ahead to give them something that like something poisonous. You don't want to do that. Don't say because you are the one cooking for your family, then you go ahead to give them something poisonous. You don't want to do that. Go ahead into that cupboard, bring out all those plates and all those cups. Bring it out and start using it yourself. With that being said, Which brings me to the end of today's video. If you enjoy watching, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel, just in case you watching me right now, you are not yet subscribed. I love you guys, and I hope you stay healthy just as I am staying healthy, because this year we're taking our health seriously. There was one reel that I posted a few days ago or a few weeks ago rather, about you knowing what is causing something in your body and you going ahead to do that same thing. You know the cause of that illness, you know the cause of that sickness, that thing you feel in your body, but you are not willing to let it go because you just want to satisfy your personal cravings. We need to do better. This year, I'm not perfect. I'm also on my journey to perfection. I am not perfect. I'm just trying to make sure that I do the needful. So you can join on this habit as well. Also, I come your way again next time. I remain Tola Eunice, and you will see me in my next one. Bye.